Right, hey guys, how we doing? Back on another video from Clyde, more Bleach content, love it. And we are checking out Hell Ichigo is Overpowered. Now, if we're talking about Hell Ichigo from the Hellverse movie, yeah, pretty damn OP. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's stated that he could destroy all of Hell, and Hell's pretty big, so that's a lot. So let's go on what Clad has to say on this, shall we? Hell Ichigo is Overpowered.
The Hellverse movie is without a doubt the most popular movie of the
Because it's classed as canon.
as it was essentially made to show off Ichigo's new Vasto Lorde form back around 2010.
Very sick.
Which he had recently just used against
Ukiura.
in that battle. Kind of
So
reminds
sick.
me of the time they did this with Dragon Ball Z Wrath of the Dragon, which had Goku go Super Saiyan 3.
Oh yeah, then the Dragon Fist, yeah.
Also happened around the time of the form being shown against Majin Buu.
Yeah, they always kept it close to what was happening in the animation.
Today is very contentious in regards to its canonicity. I will be explaining why it's super underrated in regards to not only its coolness, but its actual power. As the
It does look
form is
sick.
shown to us for an even lesser amount of time than the Mugetsu, coming in at only around 5 minutes of actual screen time.
Yo.
So for this video, there isn't a whole lot
The
to talk
skulls and
about,
everything
but
look
I do
so
want to list
cool.
some cool power-related stuff that shows you where this version of Ichigo can scale. Now, whether or not this form is canon, I mean, who cares? This is just a fun video for people who care about the Bleach movie
how
Hellverse, and
powerful
I'm
he
talking
is,
about
yeah.
a form which rarely ever gets spoken about. So, if you're a fan of Bleach or the Bleach
Highly
Hellverse,
recommend
please
subscribing
don't
to
forget
Clyde
hit that
if
subscribe button, and don't
you are a
forget to
Bleach
like
fan.
the video.
Hell yes.
So, to scale Skull-clad Ichigo, or
It looks so
Hell
sick.
Ichigo, we
It
need
looks
to
so
use
sick.
the Vasto Lorde, as this is a very pivotal part of the movie, and by using the Vasto Lorde as a reference, it basically shows us where Skull-clad Ichigo scales.
Yes,
For this
it
video,
does, like,
I prepared a lot of top points of feats that the Vasto Lorde
I thought about that, yeah, 'cause he
performs
doesn't use
alongside
that at all
Skull-clad
within the
version of
series,
Ichigo, so I could show you guys exactly where he should scale in terms of power. Now, one of the first major feats you see from the Vasto Lorde is that Ichigo is stated and shown to be able to cut the chains of hell, which even Genryusai Yamamoto believes are uncuttable.
Yeah.
Does this mean that Yamamoto wouldn't be able to cut them? Not necessarily, but
Considering
by
he's the one
law,
saying
he
it's
does back up
uncuttable,
that
though,
those
you would
chains are meant
think
to be
maybe.
incredibly durable, and the fact that it even strokes him is a pretty big deal. After Ichigo comes back from Hell, he actually claims to Orihime that if he is to go into his Vasto Lorde form again, he may destroy the entire world if he goes into that form.
Pretty
This
big
isn't actually
feat.
that crazy of a feat coming from Ichigo's mouth, as when Ichigo
Is it not?
one of his heroes while he's in his Vasto Lorde form in Hell, he actually blows up multiple layers of Hell.
Yeah,
then
Hell's
blows
huge,
open
and
the
he's like
gates
able
of
to
Hell
destroy it.
and
I mean,
affects
yeah, I
the
know
world
it's
of
like
the living, all in the span of one single attack. Now, in the past with Gentei Kaijo, we have been shown that even Soul Reapers that aren't necessarily that strong, like Rongiku, have to wear seals in their body to stop themselves.
Yeah,
from
they
being able
limit
to
themselves
affect
while they're in the
world of
living world,
but
yeah.
the souls in the actual world of the living. Ichigo on the Soul Society arc was, able to deflect the Sokyoku, which could
is
quote-unquote
ridiculous.
overwhelm everything in existence.
Yeah.
And was going to destroy the Soul Society and so on and so forth. So,
So many
feats
grand,
like, this aren't
like,
that crazy for the
explanations
and
of these
Ichigo
things.
actually stating this
He's just like,
alongside
whatever.
Yamamoto's surprise at his ability to cut the chains of hell means that, this kind of power is pretty consistent among this form of Ichigo. I mean, if you even just look a little bit further in the series, Ichigo, just by performing Bankai, was able to break out of a replica of the world of the living, which can actually contain an even larger area, but I like to downplay the feat just to not go overboard with it, and he did that literally from just yelling Bankai, like he destroyed the dimension
He
itself.
shouted
that's
a word,
pretty crazy.
and I'm
Now,
free.
the antagonist of the Bleach Hellverse movie, known as Kakuto, is surprisingly pretty strong, as he is able to keep up with Ichigo even while hollified, and you could say that Ichigo isn't fighting correctly or in character for that matter due to being super stressed about everything going on.
Stressed
especially in
is one
relation
way to put it.
Though we do see in the Bleach Hellverse special anime episode that Aranyeto and Zael fight against some of the members of Hell and are subsequently defeated, thus easily making people like Kakuto above the average
Oh, okay.
Sparta in power.
I have
now,
not
does
seen
this make him
those.
the level of, say, Ukiura or Stark? No, but he is clearly in that sort of mid to high
He's
range
up there.
echelon of power among the
He
Espada.
ain't nothing to
What's cool
scuff
too
at.
is the battle with
The scuff the
Aranyeto
word?
and Zael
I'm using the
over
word
Glance
scuff.
versus the members of Hell was also shown in a manga version of the anime special
Oh.
episode drawn by Mr. Kubo.
That's
Now,
cool.
surprisingly, I have seen some people that think that Kakuto can tank the Vasto Lorde Zero, and the purple aura you see is actually his durability. Though this clearly isn't the case, and it's Hell protecting him from the blast.
Right, so it's not actually him creating that, right?
Sort of in the same ballpark of power as the Vasto Lorde, why does he need it to help him break out? You can
That's very valid. If he's just as strong as that, then surely he'd just be able to break him himself. I like that.
In front of them, and also, you know,
because he wants to get hit by that attack, yeah.
He's in Hell, just like everything else in Hell. Also, for those of you who may try to scale Kakuto to the evolving, transcendent, holified Ichigo from Karakura Town, it's clearly not that specific Ichigo that actually appears with his holification, and this movie is set in some weird post-Ukiura fight storyline.
It's meant to be canon, but where exactly?
Both of his arms, meaning his battle with Aizen
hasn't happened yet. Yeah.
And even if you wanted to grant this power, the highest you could get Kakuto to is scaling to someone like, say, first form Yami, maybe second release with Wang, Gin Ichimaru, who had a very good back and forth battle with Ichigo. The fact of the matter here is, though, he doesn't scale to Vasto Lorde Ichigo anyway. As for the power of this skull-clad Ichigo form, also known as Hell Ichigo, I found some statements, and one from Bleach Brave Souls, which refers to this form, saying the following.
Cool.
Ichigo and his friends entered Hell in order to save Yuzu, who had been kidnapped. After being betrayed by Kakuto, the Kushinada, the Guardians of Hell, aid Ichigo by granting him their power. Now, the information from Brave Souls is pretty interesting because it actually shows a stat bar with all of the attributes of the character.
Okay, right.
Hell Ichigo, or Skull-clad Ichigo, is actually out of the graph when it comes to attack power.
Jeez, it is,
The attack that he uses with his sword, which has the golden sort of Getsuga swing thing, is actually called Hell's Judgment, and it
Hell's
says,
Judgment, that's
Ichigo
sick,
wields
that's
the
so cool.
power of Hell in a massive strike that causes immense damage and inflicts weaken. Now, the last part is obviously referring to how the attack operates in the game, but the first part is the interesting bit because it says, Ichigo wields the power of Hell in a massive strike that causes immense damage. What's really crazy about the Kushinada, or the Guardians of Hell, is that they actually have some incredibly hacked powers. For starters, they're fully intangible, being able to
just
phase
morph
through
through anything,
objects.
yeah.
They can grab the invisible chains of Hell and can slay hollows who have committed heinous crimes and thus sealing them in Hell forever. The blade that you see in the original iteration of Hell during the Shrieker chapters at the start of Bleach was actually the blade of a Kushinada.
Oh, right.
On top of that, the Kushinada are once again immortal and can infinitely respawn like a video game enemy, which is pretty OP. Ichigo, while wearing the armor of Hell, grants him not only access to basically an infinite pool of power, but he can potentially be immortal.
Oh yeah, if he's using all their powers, then yeah.
Kushinada, and can use the chains of Hell to seal someone for all of eternity.
Yeah.
Although there are definitely arguments to make about the Rugetsu and future forms of Ichigo being stronger, this non-canon version of Ichigo may in fact be the strongest form of Ichigo, as he literally has the power of Hell on his side, alongside whatever other abilities he can use. This form also appears to amplify all of his attributes, as his speed is visibly faster than the Vasto Lorde. In some translations of the sketches from Mr. Kubo and blurbs from the Hellverse data book, it refers to this form being the strongest form of Ichigo, stronger than any seen before.
So weird that they just used it for that.
I want to make a side note, this stuff was shown before the war arc even started, so just consider that for a second. You could either say this means Ichigo can destroy an infinite space like Hell would be in theory, as it needs to be future-proof for all of the future evil souls that would eventually be sent there, or you could just say it's like planet size, and this would make Ichigo either planetary
level,
multiplanetary, depending on how big the layers are and what you interpret them to be, especially going off of statements made about the Vasto Lorde and this skull-clad Ichigo form being stronger. I also gotta say, being able to wield a golden Getsuga Tensho that is embedded with the power of Hell, alongside also being able to basically just seal anybody with the Chains of Hell.
Chains of Hell is a big deal, yeah.
And, you know, the chains which even Yamamoto respects. Anyway, guys, I just want to say I apologise for the short video. There's just frankly...
That was a really interesting one, though, because I completely forgot about that form. Because I haven't seen that film in years.
Topics will commence later this month. If you can do me a small favour if you enjoyed this video, all I ask is that you follow my Twitch in the description below, give the video a thumbs up, and
the link to the original video will be in the description. Hopefully. Kind of messed up on one of my videos yesterday.
And if you're like worried about
go there, leave a like.
Planetary scaling being inconsistent, well, there kind of is, you know, the Kaha Negacion scaling, the Espada being hyped up to, you know, destroy the world as a group when Vasto Lorde Ichigo could solo them all by itself. And like, if you just go off of the Ukiura scaling about Los Noches, and the multiplier of
how big it is, and just not
around
doing anything
100
to destroy
times
it.
his base form. In fact, it could actually be higher if he had his full Shihakusho on. It's Ichigo's looking pretty OP.
I like that. I completely forgot about that ironclad form. That was sick. And it does look so good. I haven't watched that movie in ages. I need to check that out at some point. I've got it on DVD somewhere. I just don't know where. So all my DVDs are in random boxes. But anyway, that was cool. And I look forward to... Like, have you guys seen the clips, the GIFs they've done of what Ichigo and Naruto are going to look like for the Ichigo Naruto fight that him and Seth are animating? It looks sick, and they've set up the Patreon for it as well. Oh, it's going to be so good when that finally comes out. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys, all you guys, next time.